So just another quick video as a memory to the bottles that I have on my kitchen wall. Some of these memorable, some just matched with the decor. So I'll start with the top left, which is Silex by Didier Dagenau, and this is actually made by Didier Dagenau. He passed in a tragic flight. This is a 2006, so it was one of the last ones I think he made. Very expensive Sauvignon Blanc from Pouilly-Fumé, aged in oak, so unlike any of the Sauvignon Blanc I've ever had, and honestly probably the best, but the price is pretty high and getting higher as those wines are pretty prestigious. His son, I think, took over as the head winemaker now. Amon Ra, so this is from Ben Glaetzer, 2006 Shiraz. No real reason it's here for any special reason, except that it's a great wine, one of the top ones in the portfolio by Ben Glaetzer, and just a great producer and a great Shiraz. I think his lowest end ones aren't great, but once you get to the $30, $40 ones, Anna Perena, I think there's another one in there, and then Amon Ra, but really great. So there's Orion. This is a Sean Thackeray, one of my favorite winemakers, although he's just passed. This is a 2013 Orion. I opened this when I passed WSCT level 3, I'm pretty sure. I opened up this wine and enjoyed it, and it was phenomenal. This just matches the decor, plus I just love Nebbiolos. This is a Barbaresco by Produttori di Barbaresco, that co-op, but this is a 2004. It's one of the Reservas. Ovella was fantastic. This was $60 back then. Now these are $75, $80. Yes, that's a lot, but for Reserva, Barbaresco, Nebbiolo, these are very high quality when they have a single vineyard like Ovello, and they have a number of other ones as well. One of my favorite white wines, if not my favorite white wine, is Coulée de Sirent. This is the Nicolas Joly 2009. I have a few of these left. I've started out with 2 cases. This is what got me into aged white. Super awesome, amazing age-worthy Chenin Blanc from Savennières in the Loire. Just unbelievably good. This is just a really great Rioja, more modern style Torre Muga 2001. Had a lot of age on it when I opened it. It was absolutely fantastic. Still very young and bright, but just an awesome wine. Probably end up swapping this one in or out. It's probably just here because it's a 2001 and it's pretty old. And then one of the older ones I had, no, it's a port. It's a 1980 vintage port, so you really want to age those vintage ports as long as you can. 20, 30 years is pretty normal. And this was probably one of the better maintained aged ports I've ever had. I've opened some 1977s, maybe even some 73s or 70s, and they had a very light tawny color. This one still had some darkness to it. It was still had some, it was much darker, more purple than it was more ruby and red. So an amazing wine for sure. But these are wines I have up here. Oh, I forgot one right here. So this is pretty obvious. It's my name, 2008. And it's a Syrah from Greece, one of my favorite producers, Yedo Vassilio. And he makes one of my favorite reds, Aviton. And he makes a really great white wine that I'm blanking on the name and the grape right this minute, but it has very pronounced jasmine aroma and flavor to it. And I think it pairs great with like seafood, fresh grilled seafood, sushi for sure. And I absolutely love it. It's like in the $25 range. This one was about 80, I think. An amazing Syrah, one of the best Greek wines I've ever had. Really well made. I would never have guessed it was from Greece. Not that I'd be guessing Syrah would be from Greece. Typically, you're going to think Shiraz from Australia. You'll think Syrah from the Northern Rhone, or even California, Washington State Syrah for sure. But this one was on par with a lot of those that I've had, and really great nonetheless. So these are the wines in here. Sometimes I interchange them a little bit. We'll see over time what happens as I open up more and more wines, and especially as my 50th birthday approaches, and I'm going to open up some very special wines on that day. I'm targeting 3 at this time. All right, that's it. Have a good night.